What's going on, guys? We got another series from the second round of the Cup of Nations. This time it's me versus Ulda, Nabataea versus Rome. Pretty interesting matchup, I would say. Um, all new. Rome's pretty strong. I lost to Rome, not Ulda, but Quantum, I think, in the first round. But I've ascended since then, so let's see if Ulda can recreate that result. So let's go into the first game. And it was pretty interesting. Maybe we'll look at possible army compositions for Rome. And his idea was interesting, but I'm not sure if it was that good. So let's go over my army first. I've got 4 axe warriors, 2 swords, 3 pikes there, 2 hoplites or desert hoplites, and 5 cav with 4 archers, heavy archers there. So yeah, and then Nabataea noble cav everywhere, of course. Those are the 5 cav. So yeah, pretty standard army for Nabataea, I think. It's been working pretty solid for me, so may as well keep that going. Ulda has 4 equites. I believe they're all equites. Yeah, 4 equites, 2 sake equite extraordinaria. So that's 6 cav plus the gen, which is all I got us here. So yeah, 7 cav. Could be good at chasing down my archers, might be very useful. Up front is 3 levies, and okay, levies are pretty shit, but they will deter me from getting effective frontal charges. Like, with 7 cav on the field for him, it's just not worth it for me to go in and hit his Principes or Vicati with levies and all the javelins and counter cav, or cav for counter charges, so that at least will do something, but it does mean he is no missiles to counter the archers. The archers, you can see I've already put them into thick formations to make them more mobile, so they can turn and shoot faster. Yeah, so it will be a bit difficult for him to get them. He has to get to them with cav, basically. But he does have 4 or 3 Principes, 2 Vicati there, so a very strong main line. And he also has 4 Triarii, so it's basically 9 melee infantry for him. And, I mean, I do have, you know, 6 swords, 4 axes, and then 2 hoplites and 3 pikes. So a bit more for me, but nothing really can match the quality. I guess my hoplites are better than his Triarii, but that's about it. So, you know, the numbers won't be too bad for Rome because, you know, his quality is just so much better. It really comes down to my pikes having to block a lot of his infantry, right? Because even if my pikes, let's say, get perfect engagements and are blocking out 3 of his, you know, swords, he still has 6 melee units against my, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the quality advantage by far. So, yeah. If I was him, by the way, what I would immediately do seeing these pikes is I would put 2 Triarii in the center and split my swords out, like 2 on each flank, maybe 1 sword in the center, 2 Triarii, and then like the 2 Triarii on the flank. Get wide, force these pikes to not be able to lock down such a big area. He's so condensed here that my 3 pikes, you can see they're lined up right here, pretty much match almost his entire frontage. You know, only slightly less. So, you know, he's gonna have to do a lot of work to get out to the flanks rather than starting on the flanks, and then these pikes are only denying like 3 units, allowing the rest of them, so that's like 6 more units to push on the flanks. Yeah, so I think that would be probably a bit better from him, because right now it's not going to be easy for him to get good engagements quickly, and I'll be flanking with my, you know, wide students there, so that's one thing. My archer's just taking some shots here. His sake equites are pretty far back, which is smart. I would like to shoot them. I don't really care about his equites, but I will shoot them since they're in range. He just pulled back pretty nicely, but these shots will just land on his infantry anyway. But yeah, he gets out pretty fine there, without taking any damage. And he could potentially go for a charge. You can see, immediately here comes 1 sake equite extraordinaria. I recognize this pretty really, actually both, but you can see my archers are not targeting them, which is not good. And they're running forward to try to catch these equites, which are really far back. So he's going to try to come into my swords here, but I do see this coming, so I'm just going to hide behind my pikes. And of course, if he wants to charge, like, he'll just run into my pikes and die. Pikes are down, so this is good. But what I didn't realize is something he could do is exactly what he does, and that's actually pretty smart. It's a bit aggressive, and I should be countering this, right? Like, I should be throwing javelins into these units, especially as soon as I see them turn, like, giving the sword would come in. But he's going to hit this sword, which is isolated. You can see there's no pikes, and my cab is too far back. Again, I don't really want to charge my cab out here into shot cab and into, you know, all these javelins and infantry, spears. It's pretty much a, you know, a cab death trap. I do need my cab to be healthy to protect my archers, so this is pretty good from him. You can see this equite is a bit slower, but again, I'm getting my swords out, trying to retreat, but again, there's nothing to retreat behind here. So if he makes all his way all the way over here, he can pretty much get a free charge into something. So let's see how this works for him. So he's going to get a free charge into this unit. You can see from the flank, so it's actually quite a good charge. A few javelins might hit, you know, accidentally. Yeah, we'll kill that one guy. But these javelins are not very much. He also gets charged into my hoplite. So maybe he actually had a charge on the archer, actually. That could have been. I'm going to counter charge here, though, with my hoplites. But you can see the sword is going to take 107 losses. Here comes his other unit. Does get into the rear of my sword here. I was trying to fall back to take less losses. Might have been better to just stand my ground. Trying to get javelins from my swords, but they're kind of running through my pikes. So he's caused quite a lot of chaos here. And he's also hit this archer for, 11 losses, 10 losses here. My cav took a loss, so yeah, it's a good amount of kills in the charge. Not taking the most losses either. This unit, though, not going to be as lucky because it kind of gets stuck on my pike and didn't get a great charge here. But what it's allowing him to do is follow up really aggressively. So you can see there's chaos here. I'm getting my cav in. Let's see if it gets a good charge. Doesn't get a great charge, but at least we'll block this Principe. So it'll allow this axe warrior to do pretty well in that fight. His Triarii, no. His Triarii is like doing some crazy shit, it's like running through here. But it's pretty much gonna get ensnared. My archer is wavering, but it'll survive 78 men, it's not a problem. I'm just gonna get out. Over here you can see again, pretty chaotic because all my units collapsed on his cav. But now his infantry is coming in unmolested, so this could be dangerous. You can see even his levies are getting some shots into the rear of my men there, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so the next few seconds will be interesting. Here, pikes are going to lock it down. Here, these pikes are going to be able to probably shift into position. So you can see I'm falling back with everything now, because I see his infantry is a little bit too far behind, so I'm going to be able to get out and then recycle into the charge. But over here, not so lucky. Like, his cav, though, is losing a good amount of men. This is nice. But you can see Evocati just come in absolutely toast his Nabataea swords, which got charged, so yeah, it's pretty much just dead. This hoplite's fine. This Triarii is getting kind of wasted because it tried to run through here. But over here you can see I fall back with everything. But I'm a bit slow, so a few archers will get caught, a few men will get caught. I maybe should have gone for a charge, but I don't, so I'm going to go out to the flank here. I guess what I saw on this side was a really open flank. I can get a rear charge here, I can go after his, his cav in the rear lines. Over here it doesn't look so good for me, because I've already lost this sword. This sword is just trying to hold for a time, so I can deal with this Triarii, maybe deal with this center Principe, and just like hold my ground. My archers are finally, reformed. They're a bit too close, because they also got caught by the charge, so now they're not shooting, which is giving him time to activate his units, without getting shot, like his cav, especially the shot cav should be getting shot. But, yeah, so let's continue here. So yeah, now I'm just going to bring all my cav to the flank. 3 cav just protecting the center. Getting some nice shots into the back of these Triarii. But now I just, shift my focus to cav, which is the right decision, of course. Principes will have no problems killing axe warriors. At least the axe warriors will hold. This hoplite is sort of free. This pike is getting in, like, a weird position. You can see it's sort of glitching out here. Not, like, look at these guys. The pikes are facing the wrong way. But here, he doesn't, he does get his cav in here, but I give the attack order on the cav, so this is good because it's also to get into the levies and stop him from shooting my cav. I have another cav in support. I'm shooting his shot cav because they're, the most valuable target. These levies block his charge here, so this is nice. Yeah, a lot of action coming, so we'll just stay in slow motion. I'm just gonna try to do the same thing on this flank. Go after his cav. If I can be proactive at getting after his cav, and it's not in my rear lines, then my archers are pretty much free to shoot. This pike I do reform it, which is crucial here. This hoplite's trying to come in and kill this Triarii in the back, but, Triarii won't die very quickly. He goes for a move in here, and then he retreats this Triarii, which is quite smart. Now I can't really go for a cav fight here because he's got too much support. Maybe he should have just taken this fight, I probably would have ran away, but I don't know, I shouldn't have been intending to do this fight regardless, because if I engage here, like his Triarii is just so close and I just lose this cav for nothing. But over here, I have, equal number of infantry units, so he can't really pull back, because I can chase him. Here, he is 2 for 1, so this Triarii I can pull out safely. This hoplite just never got a really good fight. Maybe was it in formation attack? It shouldn't be in formation attack. Maybe it's just kind of weird, because like the way the unit's fighting. But like, I'm not really getting a good wrap on these Triarii, so they're taking forever to die. It's not really good. 99 versus 102, so this fight's actually going quite well, because remember, my general charged in here. And this fight on the Triarii will be going excellently because I have swords and pikes fighting from the front, so it's all good. Archer's targeting nicely, and Archer's again targeting his shot cap. This is fine. I'm gonna cycle out my sword probably here. I just let him run into my pike. But yeah, getting into these levies is good. So you can see they're not throwing javelins; they're just fighting in melee, which is fine. That won't really do anything. Archer fire coming in here. Archer fire coming in here. Nice. I almost committed here. I think I don't, though. I gotta touch this unit and then just leave. But yeah, I have this cav ready to block if he tries to go from archers. Yeah, so I see this. I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. Let me get out of here. This fire is really starting to hurt. And you can see there's no way through for his cav. He comes through here, but I just have the block ready, so that's good. Here I get a rear charge. I brought my second unit around, just rear charge while this noble cav is just killing off this Equite. His cav really has no chance 1v1. Here I also block. He's going for my archers, but I block him here. I think he doesn't get it. Yeah, he doesn't get a charge, which is probably deserved because he wasn't. Yeah, this cav was in time to block. Here again, he's finding the little gaps, but I always have a cav in support. Here, I don't know if I actually meant to do this, like pull back my cav. This is stupid. It's gonna cost me. But I do get my other cav in here, and it's gonna start cycling. Archer's still shooting his shot cav. His other shot cav is here with 20 men, so not really a big threat. But he is definitely busting through on the right here, and I don't have a win on the left yet, but it's very crucial that I get that rear charge here because it's going to mean that these guys start to lose a bit faster. Because I'm losing here, I already lost the sword, I'm going to lose an axe, and he has a free chair, so he's really busting through. My pikes, however, are doing quite well. Locking down the center, Triaria versus swords, this is fine for me. Pikes versus cohorts, this is fine for me. This piking is actually completely full, so it'll do pretty well here. And again, you can see the right side of this Avocado is going to be exposed to my archers in a second here, so they're going to start to eat heat as soon as I deal with the cav. This cav like somehow like gets through. It's kind of stupid. Took a javelin volley. I guess my general was a little late, but he didn't run for this archer. He went like this way, so I guess he's going to get into this archer, but it's not going to be enough. The good thing about these heavy archers is that they can take it one charge at least and not really die, especially to like Equites. They'll lose some men, but. Yeah, because this is also the archer that got charged by his cav earlier, so it might take a bit more losses. He's already gotten like 12 men, but you can see it's not going to take the most losses I get out of there. But 3 archers still focus firing. Here he comes after my heavy cav, but it's full strength, like literally full strength. It was rear charging, so yeah, it was rear charging these units. See him getting the charge. I try to pull out here, but then I'm like, oh shit, this cav is here, so I think I just click an attack order. Yeah, don't want to pull through there. Just kill it. Winning this fight easily, but I lost a couple extra men because I pulled out randomly. I think that was just a misclick. No idea why I would try to retreat from that fight. Maybe I thought this unit was like pretty much destroyed because it was like in red morale, but it actually wasn't. Now a key thing that I'm doing here is I'm keeping like my small infantry units in reserve. And the good thing about this is, I could. Well, I guess what's happening is I'm anticipating losing this flank. And I need to have units to stuff his rush because. He could send like all his units through here and start pushing after my archers from this flank, rear charging, so I can sacrifice these like 60-man axe warriors just to slow him down while I win over here. And that will give my archers a little bit more time to shoot as well. So let's go into play. I think the main action is stop. This pike is 60 men, so it's half strength, but it's wavering. It's not in a good position being flanked by these principes. Here I use this pike to just block the center so I can pull out another axe warrior. So again, yeah, keeping those axe warriors surviving. I'm just gonna kill this cav with 2 of my spears here, or swords, and archer fire. This cav was wavering, so I start focusing fire here. Kill off this Equite. Yeah, it's just gone. It doesn't route though. Well, it breaks, it doesn't route. And yeah, you can see this fight is now really quickly going against me. And Nabataea units, like when they're losing, they just fucking waver. Like they don't give a fuck. 75 men in this unit, but attacked in the rear and losing in combat. It might route soon. It's breaking through here. But on the positive side, I have managed to kill most of his cav already. So now he doesn't have a lot to chase my archers with. This unit's recharging. This unit, pretty healthy. Half strength. Gonna kill off this Equite from behind. And you can see he does have like 4 full strength units. 100, 119, 113, okay, 59, and 73. So between these 5 units, he has like 4 full strength units. And I don't have almost any infantry to block. I'll have these 2 free in a sec, and this unit's 53 men. But other than that, no infantry units. My main infantry force will be from here, 78 and 100 and 107 there, if I can win this fight fast enough. And you can see these rear charges are really doing a number on the Principes, and the Armored Desert Hoplites are taking the brunt of this, while these Axe Warriors are on the flank and doing a lot of damage. 33 kills there and 48 for the Hoplites, not bad. Yeah, so just about killing his last cav. If I killed this unit, he has only his general left. I mean, this unit might come back, but it'll be way out of the fight. So, yep, again, just stuffing his rush here. I'm trying to let this unit survive if possible. You know, giving it some support so it doesn't rout. But in the meantime, you can see, again, pulling out everything I can. There's no point for this fight to be here. It's just gonna die, so let's save it. Let's just refocus. Nice flank shots, you can see from here onto the right side of this was Evacati. So killing that on a pike is really useful. 68 kills for the pike against Evacati gives it a chevron, so that's cool. And so now I'm just trying to reform my lines kind of over here with the units that survive from the other fights. Constantly psycho-charging this unit. Here comes this cav back. I don't think he realized though. It was kind of far. You can see, yeah, I'm pulling out this pike. 2 pikes remain, that's quite useful for me. This unit does die, but now it's holding on just long enough to get extra rear shots. So this Principe was like 70 men, now it's 60 men. Decent kills there. But now he has 2 full units here coming after me. I don't have much to stop it because, yeah, you can always do this. Runs his Triaria away, gets a Principe in there, and the Principes will absolutely own this unit. But it will hold off for a bit. And now you can see I'm just focusing the Principe. My pikes are going to reform their lines. Levies won't do anything. Over here, my rear charge comes in from Nabataea Cav just to try to help these Axe Warriors hold on. And they will do actually quite well in this fight if they don't rout. Or at least just, you know, survive. My Cav should get out of there though. Finished off the Principe that was over here. Now it's just a Triaria. So again, just holding off, trying to bait this Triaria forward, but not let it ever get to my archers, of course. Nice focusing fire here. This Principe was 100 men, and it's now very low. His cav comes in, but cav recharging pikes just never seems to do that well. Like, they get like the animation when they're getting hit by the pikes, even if they aren't when they come from the rear. So, you know, his Legatus is still full strength, but the pike's gonna be fine here. It might rout, but I have another pike. And you can see they're just holding off just long enough. Now, these 2 units are enough to block these 2 units. I've got combat here, so most of his units are blocked. It's just this one tree area. But we're getting a lot of flank shots in return. But it's definitely not over here. I mean, it kind of is, but still have to play it well. A second win my Hoplite, because it's the better unit here. This guy's also active. That unit was, I think, winded or tired. But the pikes do not rout here. Well, this one does, but this one holds on. Just shooting the Principes in the back. I'm not really worried about the levies so much. And now my Hoplite, yeah, I can hold off this tree area. Finally get a sword over here. I transfer the sword. Instead of fighting all over here, I transfer it here. So now I have a block in at least both of the flanks, basically, of the rush. Now I can actually kill this tree area with a sword. And my archers are still getting free shots on his units. He's a bit worried about rear charges, so he's not pushing forward so effectively. His tree area are getting pushed back by my Hoplite, so yeah. All good there. And yeah, this charge is kind of bad, but whatever. He goes in the square to block it, so now he's pretty immobile. Just shooting in here, getting a nice rout. Pikes do kind of turn around, not really though. But the general's not really a threat. He's trying to kill my pikes and not my archers, it's fine. And now we're just going to focus fire the blob with my archers in... this should be in heavy shot, but they're not. Usually I go into heavy shot. And yeah, just getting nice kills there, running away. But he doesn't have enough infantry now to turn this. This cav is just blocking off his cav. He finally realized 24 against 15, I'll be fine there. And getting rear charge with my gen. You can see I don't shoot this blob when my general charges in, because I don't want to do any friendly fire. I shoot this blob instead. Plus the unit's healthier, 103 Evacati, 16 Principes, so yeah, just shoot the Evacati down. Running out of ammo here, but my cav would be enough anyway. Now I am in heavy shot, by the way. At this point, yeah, there's no point to not be in heavy shot. Get the nice charge in here. He just tries to click himself out from archers, but even if he gets in, they're just gonna die. Rear charge coming in, this sword's quite healthy. Pike comes back from routing, the levies are not really a threat. My archers are a bit blobbed, so yeah, they'll take a bit of losses to their potato, but It's trivial at this point to just end it with the sword unit and then just recharge. Just skip, yeah, it comes in here and just gets owned by the recharge. And I was still shooting. That's pretty much like the last of my ammo, but it comes in and really owns that unit, and now we just shoot the turret right down. I guess I had a lot of ammo with this one. I think I was pretty low, though. So, couldn't waste too much ammo earlier, but ends up being alright. Just the kills. Decent kills on the cav. Archers, nice kills, really. I mean, these are all high quality kills, so that's nice. Pikes, one pike did well. One hoplite did well. Again, that's the hoplite on the left. That one, this guy got surrounded, so whatever. And you can see my axe warriors and swords are just really struggling to get kills because they can't really face any easy targets. Whereas, you know, of course, this Principes, some of them aren't going to do too well. Those are the ones that got focus fired or like charged. But the ones that get in clean will obviously do really well, especially these Nabataea. Sure, not really great. I don't know what else you can bring. Again, we'll look at it after the other game. Maybe what are some other options? Equites just suck. So, yeah, they didn't do anything. And the Socket Extraordinaria caused a lot of chaos. But other than that, they kind of just died immediately after. And I didn't even do a good job of focusing them, really. Well, no, they did okay. The rest of them, not great. What do you expect? They're cheap as fuck. So let's go into the next game. Yeah. And yeah, so I went with exactly the same army. He went with a slight variation, not much though. So yeah, same army for me. Again, 4 axes, 2 swords, 4 archers, 5 Nabataean heavy cav or noble cav, 3 pikes, 2 hoplites or armored hoplites. For Ulda now, he's gone with slightly different. He has the same core of 3 Principes, 2 Avocati, 3 levies. Now he has 3 Triarii and 1 Vigilate and 1 Gladiator Spearman. So he goes for 20 units this time. The Gladiator Spearman could be useful in aiding cav fights, of course, and the Vigilate, whatever, it can block in the center. And so, you know, he lost a Triarii, but he gained these 2 infantry units, and he upgrades 1 of his Equites to a Socket Equite there, and then he has 3 Equites, 2 Socket Equite Extraordinaria, and a God's General there. So, pretty similar, but an extra unit. A bit of an upgrade, but not the 4 Triarii. So this time I pretty much knew he was going to do exactly the same thing, rushing forward, causing chaos, and trying to get in. So my goal was to be pre-targeting these Socket Equites, the Extraordinary I mean, with my archers, so that when he charges in, I can run behind my pikes, and now when he moves them around to charge the flank units, he's going to be taking flanking fire from my archers, and then I'll make sure to counter javelin with my infantry as well. So yeah, I want to really take out these shock cav instantly for daring to come so close, like without support like that. I mean, he was pretty close with his support, but it was like really aggressive to walk right in front of my line, change direction because I ran behind a pike, and then charge the next unit. Like that should be more punished. My archers are a bit forward. Like maybe I should have started my archers just like behind my line, so there's no chance. I don't have to retreat them, and they can just focus like entirely. But we'll see what happens here. So let's just skip forward. So you can see I'm just walking forward. You can see my swords are also closer to my pikes, so I can retreat them a bit faster. So just small adjustments. He was shifting this way, but I think it was like a minor shift. I kind of overcompensated a bit. But yeah, so here comes the charge. You can see his support timing is pretty good here. But yeah, I target it just as soon as they're in range. I should be running everything a bit more forward though. Yeah, here come the other archers targeting. So shots are going to come in. I mean, these shots are just going to be so good. They're going to hit so much stuff here. You might not lose any men yet, but you will soon. Let's see, did I get any kills there? No. But, yeah, they have decent health. So here comes the flanking shots from my other archers. I just pull forward my pikes. You can see I'm trying to keep my archers in here. Here I run my cav forward. I can always retreat it behind the pikes again. And this is the stuff I'm talking about, like this running forward. So here I actually just charge it because I saw he was going to avoid my pike, so I just come in with my cav because he's not going to get a charge here. So this is pretty decent. Okay, I retreat. I should have gone for it. Yeah, that was probably stupid, but it's fine. Again, but now so you can see my adjustments work pretty well. He's taking a lot longer to get to where he wants to go, and my archers are getting shots in for free, so I haven't killed anything yet, but the HP damage will be there. Slow mo. Pikes, yeah, get caught out, but they're walking forward with their pikes down, so this is fine. And yeah, so now his cav is sitting here, taking fire. He goes for like my sword behind here, but he's just gonna eat so much shit here. Javelins coming in. Javelins from this unit. Oh, I hit the attack order, which is terrible because they don't throw the javelins. Okay, they might still do it anyway. Because this cav, yeah, not really. But okay, so this cav is down to 43. So half of it hit my pike and just insta-died. This unit's down to 57, but you can see it's really the HP damage that's the key, so that when he gets javelins, the archers just do massive damage. But to be fair to him, the chaos is still here. This sword is like trying to charge the cav, which is like over here, so the avocado are coming on the flank. Here I have my hoplite facing off against Prince Base, not great, so I'm going to have to full back. I am going to get a cav charge in there though. Over here my pike is holding the line, but again, it was advancing, so like some of his men get into the flank. The pike should just be static and get infantry support a bit faster. Here, I just have to take a bad engagement. My pike got misplaced a bit. It's holding a vigilate at bay instead of holding this avocado at bay, so this is really bad. Because he's going to bust through the center. At least it's in the center though, because if you bust through here, it's going to get focus fire from all sides and cav charge. Here my hoplites are getting good charge. Here this unit is really good on the flank, will be very nice. Same with this unit. But here he does have a tree area to stop me from doing that. This unit will be free, so yeah, let's see. Here you can see, yeah, I pulled back everything. I'm going to get a cav charge. That was pretty nice actually. Here too, I'm running back because I know I have a pike here, so I can run this sword back. I was also trying to kill this cav. I'm going to get a nice charge in here. Yeah, it's going to be a good charge. Nothing gets blocked. Here, same thing, really nice charge. So that's going to at least slow down his aggression on this flank. This export takes like 20 losses, but the cav is going to die. Shooting his cav still here, 5 losses only. But the HP damage is again significant. Pike does reform pretty well here, actually, all things considered. Only lost 20 men here. It's going to hold up this Prince Bay at bay. I'm getting the flanking fight, flanking, units in here, that's nice. Cav charge comes in a bit slow. Oh yeah, it's really slow at retreating these cav. Actually, this one, I told it to retreat, but I think I ended up getting caught. This cav, okay, actually, maybe, yeah, see, it gets caught. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I gave it the order, but it doesn't run away, and I didn't realize this, so I'm charging in here. This is a good hit and run. My cav coming in with the hoplites. Archers are trying to shoot his cav, but he did a good job of staying out of range because he's like really far back with this cav. But the good thing is that means this cav is really static and all in the center of the battlefield, not threatening me at all, so I'm just taking pot shots. But I should be trying to focus infantry here. If his cav is going to be really far back, I can just like shoot this avocado. Like this would be the perfect target. Get my cav out of here and just start blasting this avocado in the right flank, unshielded side. Over here, yeah, nice rear charge coming in. You will get a counter rear charge with this tree area, but that's okay. I'm happy with this rear charge because it'll help my hoplite out. Get a rear charge in these Prince Base, stop them from owning my pike so fast. This pike is going to die though. And you can see units are on the back of it. Not great. Here, I did finally reposition my pike. You can see I'm running it right behind this axe warrior so that I can retreat it and let this avocado fight a pike instead. My cav on the flanks, very safe. This swordsman is in reserve, so pretty good situation. Here I get a counter charge on his Prince Base here, so that's pretty nice. These swords are going to go kill this vigilante. There's only 50 of them though, so they might die. Decent engagement there. Yeah, my archers are getting shots on this cav now, so that's good. But again, this cav has stayed in way too long, but that was kind of unfortunate. Here I finally realized to get it out of there. This is a dead pike though, so 2 pikes might die pretty soon. Here you can see I pull out my sword, my pike's going to cover up. So nice play there. This unit is just waiting in reserve. I can cycle here. I'm trying to reform my pike unit a bit farther back, just so it will survive. But Archer, yeah, Archer is shooting his cav, getting good kills. His soccer just don't route here, which is silly. My general sustained a bit too long. You can see he gets some nice javelin fire there, but it will die. So now he does have an avocado breaking through here. That's unfortunate. I can't really do anything about it. Everything is tied down. I have extra units over here, but I can't shift them over here in time, so this avocado is going to break through, chase my archers a bit, but it's not terrible. Here I got a rear charge onto his Principe, and now I'm going to get a second rear charge into his tree area, so that's nice. My cav is out on the flank. No support here for him at the moment, so he can't take a cav fight. Let's see. Yeah, archers trying to get shots, but again, here, just shoot the infantry. Maybe put the archers like way out on the flank and start shooting the backs of these units. Probably better. Because like they're barely touching his cav, he just retreats them. But maybe you can target these units that are in range. Again, I do want to kill this cav first. So here I have to just take some time to kill this avocado, so I'm just going to recharge it or flank charges at least. My cav. Hopefully it stops chasing my archers is the hope. Basically, stops chasing my archers and I just blast it. Yeah, so he's gonna come in here with the cav charge. Maybe he goes around where he charges this guy. That would be pretty nice, because this noble cav kind of got out of place. Yeah, so that'd be a smart move. So I should come back and block that. So this fights are going to be going quite well. He goes into square here, so he's going to stop killing things. I think that is also a good moment for me to retreat my hoplite and cycle. This sword could be like charging into this. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it's going to move to the flank. Don't really like that. Probably better for it to stay here and just cycle out to help these pikes. But you can see now, yeah, so now his unit stopped moving because it got charged, so now it's turned back and just gets absolutely blasted by archers. Can't really get a charge here, fortunately. I think he got stuck, so my cav can engage here. This flank is looking really good for me. He retreats his sprint space from my pikes. That's fine. You can also get a second javelin volley here, which at this point, considering the numbers here, would absolutely decimate this unit. Now my cav tries to come in for a charge. He does have a lot of units here. He also has a spearman, gladiator spearman here, so this is not a good place to be. Fortunately, this Abacadi is dying pretty fast. This pike also came back from routing, so it's gonna have to come support here because he just has so many numbers. He can probably tie down this Abacadi so I can recharge it, so that's why I come over here. Here he tries to come through with his cav on my archers, but that's just red from a mile away. I have swords here and my cav to block, so yeah, this is gonna be a one fight for me. He doesn't have any support to counter. All my pikes are actually locking down the center pretty well. And here, yeah, I guess these fights are okay. Might lose, but at least it'll be close. And he's having to retreat from my pikes, and when you retreat from the pikes, you take extra losses, so yeah, this is fine. I think his levies would have been good to just shoot my pike, kill one pike easily, especially when they're at this numbers. Now his gladiator spearman over here, and I think he makes a conscientious decision to come with all his cav over here. You can see he's doing that now, and yeah, coming here, so it's 3 cav, gladiator spearman, and this is crucial because I don't really have a unit to actually block this, so if I can't really take a cav fight, I should have just charged it, because it would have done a lot of damage on the charge. But yeah, I can't really take a fight with cav when the gladiator spearman here looks so my cav, so my plan is to kill this unit with principes and kill this Avocadi, and then use these units like in conjunction to help defend. But you can see he's coming forward now, so my cav, I could have charged, but you know, it's a full unit, it hasn't taken any losses, so it probably would stand up with a charge, and then he's going to counter charges, so I was like, I'll save my unit and see if I routed this Principe so I can get my hoplite over here. I don't have to fight, I can run away as well. Here, okay, I charge this Principe and counter with my sword, so yeah, this is fine. Let's see, cav, I'm gonna win here, winning this fight. Like, these armored desert hoplites can fight all day. They might lose 2 of them, but that's gonna be fine. So let's see, he's pushing forward here. My hoplite takes a long time though to get over here. You can see finally I'm getting the attack order. I kind of get charged on top of my archer, but I'm just falling back. My other cav is coming in here though to actually charge his spearman. He charges my armored desert hoplite with his shock cav, so that's not good because these hoplites are pretty low. I get a charge, which is nice, but he's also in killing spree, so I gotta get the hell out of there. Oh, killing spree actually doesn't do that much. Just want to see the AP. 1 sec. God damn it. It's so hard to look at weapon stats. Okay, there we go. 34 and 5. Weird. But okay. Or maybe it's a cycle thing. So, yeah, so this is going to be a good fight for him where he has his spears and a lot of cav support. He's going to kill off my expert with his Triad, but in the center I'm busting through. Only 35 of Akadi here, not a problem. These Principes are going to go down to my axe warriors. On the flank, this charge is bad, should have just cycled around. His Equites can't really get through. My hoplites are holding on here. Starting to lose though, because the numbers. My archers are getting nice shots. Should start to focus his bigger units though. This Akadi is pretty much dead. But you can see now I just run my cav away. Like, I'm out of here. It's 33 men, so this cav will survive at least. He has another cav coming in, so I need to get all my cav over here. I do have enough to hold. This cav is now fighting his general. The flag is over here, but you can see the cav is now fighting his general. So this is good. He can hold his general down. This cav is free, so it can come support over here. I get another charge, shooting his other cav. And you can see finally my pikes are in time to deny his gladiator spearman any further action in the cav fights. my general can then safely come in here and just deal with these units. He does, yeah, so he doesn't have any cav left. His infantry's kind of healthy, and I'm running out of ammo, so I'm just shooting pretty much the whole game, but I have enough cav here to finish it. You can see I'm just shooting this cav where he's healthier than me. My general's just protecting in case anything gets through. Nice recharges here. This cav is quite healthy, 40 men. A lot of small units here that have survived. Equites don't really like being in this combat, even though they're healthier, the archers and everything. I stopped shooting though because I don't have that much ammo. I wanted to shoot infantry now. I don't really care about 20 Equites, my general can just deal with that. Here, his general dies right now. Yeah, general dead. So I get rear charges and break all these units with the general dead penalty. And yeah, he gets some archers, but not enough. My last ammo coming in here, I go into heavy shot just to maximize the utility, but everything else is gonna die here. My cav can clean this up by themselves. So yeah, pretty close games. Let's look at the kills here. Yeah, not so much on my cav, to be honest. Pretty much only one cav did anything. But they were just playing defense, letting my archers kill things, and letting the infantry grind. You can see this time my infantry did a bit better, but they also had a bit easier time with like vigilies and stuff to kill. Archers, nice kills. I mean, this is like killing 2 full units each. Well, not each, but 2 full units in total of Evocati and Trier and stuff in cav. So that's nice. You can see his cav really didn't get anything done. My cav, not much either, but he had a lot more cav. And 2 of my cavs survived. 1 did quite well. My general was completely healthy. Well, none of his cavs survived, and none of them did anything. Evocati this time, not really, I saw infantry corps didn't really get that many kills this time. I think I was dealing with it a bit better. Got a lot more frontal cav charges before following up my infantry, which is always good. A couple of my swords survived. Pike's not getting that much done this time. I think he did a better job dealing with them. I got some weird angles in there. And he kind of, got on the sides, got on the rear of the pikes, killed them off a bit easier. Also avoided them a bit more. Yeah, Gladiator Spearmen didn't end up being that useful. They were nice in that push, but I just had enough time. I think he should have been doing that a bit earlier. Like, his cav was sitting in the rear of his army the whole game. They could have just been running out to a flank with the Gladiator Spearmen, with, some reserve infantry, whatever, to just pressure my archers, because my archers were totally free to just shoot everything. Hull plays both did quite well. Under a lot of pressure. To hold, because, unlike my swords, they're really the only thing with the pikes that will actually hold a long time. These swords are just, cycling, so they have to do quite well, and they held for a long time, survived. Got a good amount of kills, so not bad from them. Over here, levies again, just doing a bit. We talked about the infantry, not as good as last game. Terraria, again, not that good. And yeah, let's quickly go look at Rome. A lot of factions up there. Rome. On these rules, I think, well, there's a couple options. You don't have to go with Kali, but let's say, not 4, but 3. I kind of feel like spamming, I don't even bring shot cav, like, maybe just like spam cav like this, get like 2, and then like this maybe, I don't know, that doesn't seem great either. But at least you have archers to like force me to be careful about archers. What do you basically lose out here? Not much, because here's what you do. You put the vigilies in the center where the pikes are, and you just throw everything else on the flanks. Maybe like 1 sword is in the center to deal with any cheap swords that I send to kill the vigilies. I think as soon as I have pikes, you don't want to go with all elite infantry, because then you have to put elite infantry against the pikes, and that's just a waste. So I wouldn't have been mad with something like this. Or, you can, I think, yeah, so you can go with Sake Equites Extraordinaria if you want. And 4 Equites, so yeah, this would be pretty similar. But the Syrians, I feel like, can get a lot more done. They can focus my archers, and at the very least, they're going to force my archers to go into longer lines, which means they're harder to maneuver, easier to kill. Well, easier to kill in the fact that I have to be spread out more, so it's harder to defend them. And if I don't go into tight, you can just fucking, focus them. And they can also shoot my pikes, they can shoot my cav. I feel like you're getting a bit more value out of that. So yeah, I'd probably go for something like this. Or, you don't have to even go with Evocati, you just go for Principes and Legionary Cohort. And then you go, like, whatever, if you want. You go like 4 elite missiles, like 4 Triarii, like 5. this, like this. Like this is probably, well, you might want to go with more cav, to be honest. So it's kind of hard to fit all the cav in. Let's think about this here. 2 tray, you probably want a bit more infantry. Let's say you went for 6 cav, like a gladiator spear. Can't quite do this. Yeah, you're a bit short for 2 gladiator spears, but I mean you can probably, yeah, you can do it if you want by doing this. And the idea here would just be like cav spam, 4 elite missiles to trade with mine, and then you just have better infantry, right, and more cav. And these guys will support the cav fight. You don't want to actually trade missile for missile, you don't want to do an archer work, because then I could actually win with my better cav and more infantry. You want to use these guys to shoot my cav, pretty much, that's it. Because, yeah, if you do that, then your cav becomes dominant with the 2 gladiator spearmen to chase the flanks and stuff. This could become a spear guided tree seed or whatever. So yeah, those different options. Or you can, you know, make this 3 and go for like more cav. Better cav, whatever. Shock cav. But yeah, I think going for this is a possibility. You know, upgrade these back to a legionary cohort. Or that Avocati and this with 3 archers and slightly weaker infantry. Because, yeah, again, the pikes are making a lot of infantry not necessarily the best idea. Anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts, but it was a pretty close games anyway. Pretty intense, especially at the start, like with the charges and everything, a lot of micro. But yeah, good games, and see you in the next round. Maybe there'll be more games from this round, I don't know. But anyway, peace.